Hi. Hello everyone. My name's Crispy Pro and I haven't posted here in a hot minute. And by a hot minute, I mean about a month. So, welcome back. Good to see you. So, in 2020, I tried to do weekly videos and for about 10 weeks there, I was doing all right. I was doing okay. I maybe even posted twice a week. That's crazy for this channel. But I needed a break after series 12. I was getting kind of over smashing out a review for every episode like on the day, like it had to be then, like I couldn't take time with the videos. So I was like, after series 12 is done, I'm gonna have a break for a bit and then we'll get right back into it. And then the world went kind of crazy, so that's something. I am not going to talk too much about the elephant in the room because I feel like that's been talked to death and that's not why you're here on this video. All I'm gonna say is, I hope you're well, wash your hands, stay inside, and be good to one another. Yep, I made a microphone out of this. I don't know if it's gonna work. It might be too loud. Is it too loud? Probably. So one night during isolation, wow, it started raining. Holy! It's raining.
It is raining.
It's very exciting.
I know.
Do you want me to keep this in?
No.
Okay, not in there. Anyway, so one night I was bored and decided to have a look at the Doctor Who IMDB page just for fun. Because that's what I do for fun. I have a lot of friends, I swear. And I was just scrolling through and I saw that the show as a whole had like an 8.6 out of 10 or something like that. And I was very impressed with that. I was like, wow, that's cool. How did they get that rating? And then I saw that there's individual ratings for each episode. And I was like, oh, wow, look at these top episodes. And then I went, hang on a minute. I wonder what the worst episodes, this is just of New Who. But yeah, I wonder what the worst episodes of New Who are according to IMDb. And oh boy, that's today's video. We're talking about the worst episodes of Doctor Who. But before we get into it, can you pretty please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel? We are this close to 18,000 subscribers, which is unreal. That is ridiculous, and I never thought that the channel would go anywhere close to here. And also, just a disclaimer, that these are just my opinions. You don't have to agree with them. In fact, I encourage that, and we can just discuss it out in the comments below like human beings. Yeah, so let's go. Coming in at number 10 is Can You Hear Me from 2020 with a 5.9 out of 10. I find it kind of funny that this episode is here because I didn't really mind this episode. Like it's definitely not one of my favorites, but it didn't leave a bad taste in my mouth. You know, it just left a severed finger in my ear. But I will admit that I have not gone back to watch this. It does feel very forgettable in a sense. But I actually really did enjoy the villains in this episode. I thought they were cool and they had a cool backstory. But would I say it's the 10th worst episode of New Who of all time? Probably not. Coming in at number 9 is Sleep No More with a 5.8 out of 10. Yes, from 2015, the Capaldi run. I get it, okay? This episode was strange. It didn't have a Doctor Who title sequence. It was all filmed in first person POV. And the plot is very strange. Like, the main villain is the like sleep you get in your eye. The episode should have been called like Conjunctivitis of the Doctor. But I will admit that I do kind of have a sweet spot for this episode because it was trying to be different. It was trying to be experimental, and you know, I admire that. I admire people taking those leaps. I do not think that this is Mark Gatiss' strongest outing, but I don't think it's his worst either, so I don't think it really deserves to be 9th on this list. And at number 8 we have the 2019 New Year's Day special Resolution with a bloody 5.7 out of 10, and I find that hard to believe. I find this one harder to believe than any of them. Woo! I really genuinely enjoy this episode, and I don't know why so many people have had a hard time with it. Because this is one of the only episodes from the Jodie Whittaker era that I find myself like rewatching. I think it's a really entertaining hour of television that would fit snugly in like the Matt Smith, David Tennant era. Like it feels like that kind of Doctor Who. So if you were given the choice between watching Fear Her, In the Forest of the Night, and Resolution, I think I'd know which one I'd pick. And also, you'll be surprised that Fear Her and In the Forest of the Night do not appear on this list. That's right, this list be crazy. Coming in at number 7 is The Timless Children with a 5.6 out of 10. I get it. Personally, I had a great time with this episode, but upon my initial watching, I didn't really realize the impact that the episode had. I understand it's controversial, so I won't get too much into it. I will bring up my thoughts on this episode and a tweet I made recently in a video in the future, so that's all to come, so subscribe. Let's get to 18k. But whatever, I'm pretty sure like the reviews on IMDB are user driven, so I can kind of see why this episode is here, but I don't think it's the 7th worst episode of all time. Number 6 is the Witchfinders with a 5.6 out of 10. Alright, I thought that the makeup and prosthetic work in this episode was actually really good, and I enjoyed Alan Cumming being the guest star. I've liked that guy since Spy Kids, but I would probably have to say that this episode is not as good as the entire Spy Kids franchise. Is that savage to say? Is Spy Kids even good? Let me know. Alrighty, we're getting into the good stuff. Number 5 is Praxeus with a 5.2 out of 10. I enjoyed the guest cast in this episode more than I normally do in Doctor Who, especially in the Jodie Whittaker era, because there's so bloody many of them. But I thought that the episode was like fairly inoffensive, and I thought the villain looked really cool. Like when the people blow up, that was cool. But in all fairness, I don't think a 5.2 out of 10 is all that bad. Like, it's still a pass, 50%'s a pass. And in my review, I think I gave it a 6 out of 10. So, look. Number 4 is the Battle of Ranskoor av Kolps with a 5.2 out of 10 as well. Yeah, look, the title's hard to say. The episode's alright, I guess, but for a series finale, like, you kind of expect a bit more meat, a bit more punch, a bit more boom boom. Okie dokies, top 3, let's go, baby. Number 3, Arachnids in the UK with a 5 out of 10. Yay. In case you haven't noticed, 90% of this list is from the Jodie Whittaker era, and that doesn't sit well with me. I think there's duds in every series, and I feel like they should be here. I don't think that the Jodie Whittaker series is that bad. I feel like it's different, it's subjective and divisive, but I don't think that half of these episodes are bad. But I will say, Arachnids in the UK is not that great. My one main criticism of this episode was the fact that Jodie Whittaker's Doctor was so fine with all the spiders dying at the end. I don't know, did they like suffocate or something? I can't remember, but the Doctor's supposed to care for all like creatures in the universe, like loves all creatures, loves all aliens, respects them, but those spiders, Okie dokie, so if 50%'s a pass, these 2 episodes definitely failed. Number 2, the Tsuranga Conundrum with a 4.9 out of 10. And I don't know if I agree with that. Call me insane, call me whatever you want, but I don't think this episode is a 4.9 out of 10. I think it's at least a 5. I didn't mind the pating. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cute and destructive. Like myself. It is not great by any means, but I don't think it's unwatchable. But hey, that's just my opinion. Okay? Cool. Alrighty, the top spot. You may have seen this coming, but number 1 with a 4.1 out of 10 is Orphan 55. You did it. Well done. Woo! Orphan 55. Pretty sure in my review I gave it a 5 out of 10, but I probably should have given it a 4.1 out of 10. Like, it's I don't know, it's not the Doctor Who I love. The guest cast was massive, was huge, and there was no way they were going to give each character the amount of screen time that they deserve. And then there was that one lady that kept on saying Benny. And I was looking forward to old mate from the In-Betweeners making an appearance in Doctor Who. I love it when Doctor Who has, guest cast that I actually know, because I'm an Aussie, I don't take in everything from the UK, but I watched the In-Betweeners and I was excited for him, and I honestly can't remember what he said or if he said anything the whole episode. All I could hear was bloody Benny. And the message at the end, whilst it is a good message, it was so in your face, and I didn't need that. I didn't need that. But how the heck did it beat Fear Her? That episode has a scribble monster, and this one had actual scary monsters, so... So you're telling me 9 out of 10 of those were from the Jodie Whittaker era. All of these beat out episodes such as Fear Her, Forest of the Shite, Love and Monsters, The Curse of the Black Spot, the prequel to The Curse of the Black Spot, Victory of the Daleks, Evolution of the Daleks, Kill the Moon, and Eaters of Light. I mean, I don't know, it just makes you think, doesn't it? But apparently the worst episode of Doctor Who is Doctor Who The Runaway, the VR thing. That has a 3.7 out of 10. and I thought people really liked that. So maybe I haven't seen it yet, but maybe I'll do a video where I watch the worst episode of Doctor Who. But hey, that's just me. Let me know in the comments below what you think is the actual worst episode of Doctor Who, because I don't think that list is quite accurate. Maybe make a list of your least favorite top 10, or just leave your least favorite one. I don't know. Just talk in the comments below and I'll give it a like. I'll reply. I might give it one of those love heart react things that they do on YouTube. Anything can happen. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We are this close to 18,000, and then if we reach 20,000, I'll get a Doctor Who tattoo of your choice. That's brave words, Crispy. I don't know if I should be saying that, but whatever. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next week. Allons-y!